Yeah.
Oh, can we talk about how did it happen that you were taken in?
Mm. So
Because I never heard that story.
you never heard how I was taken in?
Mm-mm.
Okay. How I met Barry. Barry is who he took me in. His name was Barry. I met Barry when I was selling candy at first. And so I was selling candy outside of a Kroger and asked him to purchase some candy. I was like, excuse me, sir, would you like to purchase some candy, help out my basketball team? He was like, oh, how much is it? It's like, a dollar goes to our jerseys, a dollar goes to our equipment. It's a small donation, $2. Took the $2 or whatever. He gave me the $2, told me to eat the candy. I was like, oh, thank you, appreciate that, sir. You know what I mean? I never get to eat the candy and such and such. Oh, you enjoy your candy. All right, yep. Took that candy, put that shit right back in the box. And then told the next person, I said, they asked how much. And they said, uh, I was like $2 or two for three. So it was like I gave the next person the deal, and so I could sell the candy bars quicker because my version of finish wasn't until I was absolutely sold out,
Mm-hmm.
and I never ate my own candy ever. I sold every single candy bar. I never go home with anything.
Mm.
That was my motto. I didn't care how long I had to stand out there. I didn't care what the conditions were. Get rid of every single candy bar, no matter what.
Yeah.
And so I did, and I will always do that. Anyways, he saw me get the other person a deal, and she was, oh, I saw what you did, such and such. Fast forward, this guy's putting a pamphlet about a church that he's starting around the corner, literally out of the middle school that I went to. He's putting a pamphlet, going door to door, just putting down, inviting people to the church,
Mm.
the West Detroit Christian Church. It operated outside of Lessinger Middle School in Detroit for years. And so my mother went there and he recognized me from selling candy. I was running the sound system in church and I ran the sound system faithfully every Sunday. Sometimes I fell asleep back there. Sometimes uh, you know, I didn't, but I remember this woman named Cheryl. Boy, every Sunday, boy, she used to give me at least like $5, man. And she used to give me some money every single Sunday, which made it worthwhile coming into church. It made it worthwhile. And I ran a sound system, so that means I played the CDs for the music that the people were singing. I did the slides and things like that. Um, and so, yeah, she used to give me $5, $10, $20, you know. I used to take that money and go buy some candy, and that's how I got my candy money to sell,
Mm.
and that used to, and I needed that.
Yeah.
I really needed that, like the money that she was giving me. It wasn't like I was just going to buy candy with that
Yeah.
shit. Like I was like I legit needed that, and she would give me a hug, and she would like just
Oh. So she was sneaky with it too.
sneaky with it, so nobody saw nothing.
Yeah.
And nobody knew she was giving me money every Sunday. I told her son recently. I saw her son recently. And I was like, man, your mama used to give me money every single Sunday. And I just started selling candy for myself. I was getting up early in the morning, fucking tired, sleepy on a weekend when I should have been outside playing with friends. I'm standing at a bus stop, 8 in the morning, catching buses to go get the candy, and then catching buses to go sell the candy. So I always bought the candy from, Lady's Candy Store in Detroit. Mr. Lady, he was a nice old guy. He was cool. And he used to let me try all these different variety fundraising boxes or whatever. He would get in a new box, say, like, hey, try this box. Hey, try this box. Mr. Lady was cool. And I would go and I would sell the candy, and yeah, whether I was tired or not, it just wasn't a choice.
Who acknowledges that you've mastered uh, your own mind to the sense of doing the things that you don't want to do to get the outcome that you know that you need.
Oh, that's my fucking shit. That's my superpower.
Yeah.
But I developed that at a young age. I developed that when I was selling candy.
But majority of people don't have that.
Well, the majority of people never sold candy when
No.
they were younger.
Right.
They never woke up in the morning and fucking sold candy, not to get a pair of Jordans, but to fucking feed the family. It was my money buying that banquet chicken that lasted a whole week inside that kitchen that we all ate.
Yeah.
That was the money that I hustled for, like so that we ate off of. Because my mother was fucking giving the food stamps to her fucking boyfriend, all the shit. I don't know. That shit, I don't know. No. That was just fucked up situation. She fucked up. Not trying to blame her for it, but, you know, it put us in a fucked up situation that we shouldn't have been in. Completely dependent on that motherfucker. And, but yeah, doing things that I don't want to do is my shit. Because I ask myself, as long as I know that it's what's best for me, it's the best, is this the best thing for me? Fast forward, you know, situation with my mother wasn't good at all. And so anyways, she up and went to Ohio. You asked me a question, you asked me how I got to live with Barry. Was when she left and went to Ohio. So like I think I'm pretty much on my own at this point. I fucking get kicked out of public school. So that got me put out of all public schools. I had to go to private school. Who was there to help me get in private school? It was Barry. Of course, so he helped me get into the private school. That was Westside Christian Academy. So I wound up going there to Westside Christian Academy, which is actually a great school. Really glad that I went there when I went there, during the time that I went there, with who I went there with. Because there, it was just like it was like a breath of fresh air almost. It's like I can let down my guard. I felt like guard was up in public school at Cody. Motherfuckers was bringing guns to school. Like motherfuckers like it was talks of retaliation for the guy's ass who I beat. Like it was like, you know what I mean? And it was like serious type shit. And of course me, I'm not scared of shit, but I don't have a fucking gun or whatever. And these motherfuckers was just, this is just violent. It was just violent. Police at the school all the time and shit. Got to go through metal detectors, but that didn't matter because they was handing shit in through the motherfucking bathroom window. That's how they got shit in. They was handing it in through the bathroom window. They would go take a piss and you would see it. So, yeah, when my mother up and went to Ohio for, I guess, a better life or situation, I didn't go. Wasn't invited. Rightfully so. I was pretty much on my own. I was, self-sufficient at that point. So,
she took your brother and sister?
She took my brother and sister, yeah. Yeah. But, that wasn't great.
No.
They didn't turn out great. It shouldn't have been with her.
Yeah.
Because of how they eventually turned out. They didn't turn out great at all. It was fucked up for them to even go with her. I knew enough and I knew better. And I had enough control and enough awareness about life and I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do, but I knew it was being here in this situation was better than going there. So living with Barry was the opportunity that, he presented to me. And it was a great opportunity because, schooling, obviously, he wanted me to, he didn't really push me in any kind of direction, but you know what I mean? He showed me it was, military for me or college. Some type of higher education. It really wasn't a great jobs during that time. You know what I mean? You just don't get out of high school, you get a job, you know what I mean? It's always higher education or something like that or going to the military. So I took the military test, passed it, but I opted to go to college. Went to college. Went to Great Lakes Christian College in Lansing. I met a lot of friends though in those 4 years. I did. I made some great friends. I did very, very meaningful relationships and things like that. It was always difficult to explain our relationship, and so for lack of explaining all the details, I always called him my adopted father because it was just easier to say that than to go into all the details of, yeah, this was the pastor that let me stay with him, that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to even explain that, like that type of thing. And then I think I needed something in my life to recognize him as, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a man in my life that has like helped me out through thick and thin, right or wrong, some things I've learned from him, some things that he has taught me that I disagree with, and some things that, you know what I mean, that I disagree with, you know, later on in life. But a lot of the things I learned some great things from him. One of them is waking up early. Waking up early is number one, and then writing down your problems to solve them was number two. Those are like two great traits that I've taken from him that I literally use all the time. So I do wake up early. I believe you got to be an early riser, be that person that you want to be early in the morning. As soon as you wake up and just make decisions as that person. And writing your problems down in order to solve them, super helpful. That's definitely underrated. What people don't understand is like, yeah, you just don't fucking just make a difficult decision. Sometimes you just have to see every single angle on paper for a second, and then you go and make that decision. And you know, right or wrong, you looked at it from every single angle. You know, you don't have one choice. People just think they only have this choice. What choice do I have? What choice do I have? Well, that's what I'm saying. Those are people that just let themselves be programmed by the system. You're a sheep. You just want to get programmed by the system. And that's fine. We need those people. I like those people. I love them. You know, that's fine, but that's not me. Like options exist outside of what you think your options are. Options exist outside of it, and your only limitations are your own mind. Your only limitations are your own brain. Those are your only limitations. You can do this shit. Like, no. You just have to have the courage and to break away from whatever pack that you're in, because a lot of people are afraid of being disliked. They're in this nice groove with people that are around them that they like, be it family or friends or whatever it is. And if they break away from that, people are going to be looking at them different. Well, it's just like, all right, fuck it, you ain't ready.
Yeah.
Pressure breaks a lot of people, or it builds a lot of people up. That pressure built me up, but that shit broke my brother and sister. It's good, yeah. So that's how I came to living with them, you know, with Barry. And it kind of took me in, and just it's really been in my life ever since.